This is the second part of the side shot video I got going on here. Basically, I got everything together, so let me explain to you what I did here. Try to hold this up. I had to put the mount on, right there. It mounts on your gun with 2 screws on the bottom. They're just regular hex screws. Luckily, they mounted, the screws are the same size as my other scope mount screws, so I used the same wrench, because remember, I just got this scope. I haven't shot one round through this since I bought the scope, because I knew that the side shot was coming right behind it, so I just kept everything loose, that way I could adjust everything and get it exactly the way I wanted it. It worked out pretty fair. So, the whole deal is, make sure that's center, and so the whole deal is, basically this is the side shot, okay? It's got these adjuster knobs in the back. You loosen all them knobs up. You put your phone in. They say you can take these 3 screws out, and you center your camera up to the lens, and then you put the screws back in after you got these all centered to where your camera's right. I just basically fumbled with it and used the camera to center it the best I could, and then I did a lot of fine tuning from there. It's got a little foot thing that holds your phone in, and it works with or without a case. I recommend a case just for phone protection. So basically what happens is, take this, after you get it all mounted and lined up and everything, you take it and you line these up where they're supposed to go, with the holes, if I can ever get it there. Alright, here we go. Sometimes if there's a little bit of tension, you gotta loosen these up. Remember the 2 screws are the ones that hold everything in place. There's 2 of them on there. So take that, slide it on, and I checked it out. I can still leave my scope cap on, which I was quite happy with, because then I don't have to monkey around with that. And it just slides on. You tighten them 2 screws down, shlink, shlink, and for more support, I'm going to use this. It's a little bracket they send with it. The big piece wraps around your scope. This little piece attaches to one of the screw thread brackets, and it keeps it from wiggling. See how that wiggles? Put that on there. I'll show you. It clips right in place. It takes the wiggle out completely. That's solid. So after you've done all that, you can have a little bit of fun. And what you do is you take the phone, make sure the camera's facing the right way. You want the camera facing that way, believe it or not. It's kind of upside down. But you slide it in. You want a little bit of tension behind it. And then there's another tightening knob up here. It's a fine tuning, basically is what I'm going to call it. That silver knob right here. You just give that a little bit of a crank, just to tighten it just enough to where it's going to hold real good. Now you flip that back piece that way to hold it in place. Alright, I didn't want you to see the home screen and everything, but that's what it looks like now. Let me zoom, and you can see right through the scope, no problem. You take it out, review your shots, do whatever you gotta do, blah blah blah. Okay, that was cool, let's keep going. So you slide your phone back in, line back up, and you're good to go again. That's how simple that is. It's a lot of money, it's a little bit of work to line everything up, but I'm telling you, it is slick. So, we'll go ahead and shut this phone off, and you say, okay, I've had enough recording and crap. I don't want this thing, this giant thing. Let me show you how wide it is on my scope. I just want to use my scope. You don't want to record anything. Easy enough. You take them 2 screws I showed you. Loosen. There's one right there. loosen that whole piece. Oh, once you take that support bracket off, that whole piece slides off. Take your support bracket off, and you're good to go. The only thing you have is that little mount in the way, but that's not really in the way of anything anyway. And then you look down your scope just like you were doing when you're recording, and you're good to go. So next video I send on the YouTube is basically me taking shots through the side shot. Maybe a pretty neat little video. It'd be a testing video, I'll call it that, but that's basically what it works like. And hopefully you guys get to see some pretty good footage. Squirrel season's coming up here in about 2 weeks, so I'm hoping to get some really good footage squirrel hunting. I got a really good spot that I hunted last year, and I hunted it with that gun, but I didn't have all these neat little toys to go along with it, so I'm thinking this year is going to be a special year for me. So I'll keep you guys tuned in, and again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the woods. Bye.